The Sentinel is known to be reliable, fearless, disciplined, consistent, courageous, motivated, and skillful.
So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances.
All these qualities start from the mind. Your mind can be your worst enemy or your most powerful weapon.
The world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
Is this the dagger?
Learn how to achieve greatness and tap into the Sentinel mindset.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome on this wonderful, wonderful day today. We have Lucio da Silva, an incredible Sentinel, who is here today because we're going to honor and highlight his journey. And what exactly is his journey? Well, Lucio came into the company a couple of years ago, and he came in as someone really looking to add to his professional career. And I remember my conversation with him, and I thought to myself, man, this guy's a genuinely good person. Now, I've been doing lots and lots of interviews over the years, Mike.
A plethora.
Like thousands of them.
Yeah, thousands.
And to me, I can tell when there's someone special in front of me.
Yes.
And Lucio is one of those people.
Even though he's to the side of you now, but
Yes,
technically
exactly.
we know what you mean.
Now, who is Lucio? Lucio is from Brazil, and he made his way down into this beautiful country for better opportunities. He is also a very, very skilled jiu-jitsu
And
Krav Maga individual. He's extremely athletic, and when you get to know Lucio, he has a big brother vibe to him, where he really helps our new Sentinels come in and kind of leads the way. And we're gonna unearth and unbox why Lucio was able to do why we're honoring this episode, and that is get an offer from Peel Regional Police Service to come on board and join the rest of the Brazilian crew that is also there. Shout outs to Bruno and shout outs to Lucas.
Yes.
Okay. We are accepting all resumes from Brazil directly. Okay. But Lucio, thank you for coming down, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I almost want to
receiving
give
me.
you a clap, man. It's been amazing.
It really has, and it's so well deserved.
Yeah.
So why don't we just jump in, Lucio, and why don't we just first of all, start with your journey, because I think it's important people hear this, like they do other people's stories, to find out when you came into this country, what were you trying to do? Like, what was your goal?
Yes, like you said, in the beginning, I was looking for new opportunities in my life, quality of life. My country is amazing. My city, I'm from Rio de Janeiro. My city is amazing as well, beautiful city. But there are a lot of problems there, and the economy and it's dangers, the crime. And yes, I decided to come to have a better life, for me and now for my family, my son and my wife. And yes, it was my first goal, actually, to come here in Canada, in Toronto, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you came on here, I understand we weren't your first security company. You were already with another company, but then you landed to us. What was your goal? What were you trying to achieve when you came to us?
Yes, I started here, like you said, in another company. I stayed there for around 3 months.
Okay.
And I was looking for some more special place to work,
Right.
so with better opportunities as well. So I was looking for a close protection course, actually, and I found a Sentinel.
Okay.
And yes, when I entered in this company, I saw here was different, so comparing to other companies. So
Okay.
I really liked what I saw here, you know what I mean? So
Okay, nice, man. And what has been your journey like, Lucio? I mean, obviously, when we first got the news, everybody, that Lucio got the offer. First, we went through a roller coaster of emotions. So first, it was sadness. Okay, then it was lots of tears. Okay,
And then long hugs.
Yeah, then it was long
Like
hugs.
a lot of hugging.
Yes,
Okay.
and after we finally got acceptance,
Yes.
then joy. came into the mix.
Brazilians love hugs,
Yeah,
so.
Hey, you're right.
So Lucio, for yourself, like, what has your journey been like?
And here in the company, I was trying to do everything I could, to be honest, to work in different environments, you know what I mean? So we starting events here, so was an amazing experience so different environments every single week. And during the pandemic, the opportunity to work in the hospital came. So for everyone, I think was amazing. A really new experience for us and for the company as well. So
yes.
and for it added me a lot of about knowledge and a new way in the security market for me at that time, you know. So
Okay.
Yeah, I want to kind of fill in the blank there a little bit. When Lucio came on, I was there your first shift.
oh yeah,
I
I
was on the
remember
floor with
I
you.
remember you
Yeah,
at
we were in
rec
our,
room, right?
Yes,
So
and we were in our suits, and we had a potential violent situation with some guys and some friends, and I remember Lucio came and he was right there with the team, and I was like, okay, this guy's solid because he was incredibly calm, incredibly professional right from the beginning. Okay.
Right.
Secondly, when we moved into, and then the suit got put away because of the pandemic, because there was no events, right? At least legally. Like,
Yes.
I guess there was probably some party somewhere.
Yeah.
And we went into healthcare. What was that like for you? Putting on now tactical and now saying, okay, this is a completely different environment. No one's coming here to party. This is a really tough situation. This is a really tough environment. There's loved ones that are being born and loved ones that are being lost in the same minute sometimes. What was that like for you?
For me, it was like in the beginning was a little bit no scared, but I think some of people are afraid for the new reality, the new environment, because you didn't know, about anything about about hospitals. In my case, in special, I've never been in a hospital here, like
Yes,
as a
wow.
patient, So for me was exactly the first time I stepped in the hospital working for Sentinel, So in the beginning, you had a lot of training. I think around 4 to 6 months training. So, oh my gosh, you need that, right? So you didn't know. So when you started, man, was in the first weeks. I mean, so was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. So I can't do this and blah blah blah. And but after some months and you start to know the drills, So was really good, amazing experience. And the difference comparing to events, for example, like you said, people are not is not there to enjoy, So because they have problems, you know what I mean? So in our case, in the mental health unit, so for me it was amazing because we really can help someone there. In events, you can do this for sure, but compared to hospital, because I love it. Actually, I really like it to work there. I enjoy to be there. You know what I mean? So the difference for me was that, we need to help someone. You can. You don't need if you don't want.
Yes.
But if you can help someone there. You know what I mean? So you can make the difference.
Let me ask you a question. Like, Lucio, coming from Brazil and coming and seeing how people work in Brazil and also the opportunities coming to the country, do you find that a lot of the North American culture is more laid back or maybe not as driven to a goal than maybe back home? Do you have any comparisons that you can see between, how people look at everything and work and, we talk about people having entitlement and, just all these elements. How do you find the two cultures of work when it comes to both countries?
Brazil is really similar to Canada, to be honest. It's a really diverse country as well. Maybe more than Canada, I don't know. And people in Brazil, some people just grab one opportunity and they go.
Yeah.
Because most of cases, maybe they want to be another one. You know what I mean? So they get that opportunity and then they go, So here sometimes you see different, you have a lot of opportunity, So people know, maybe I don't want to go in this place. I prefer another company. Maybe this environment I don't like. It's not bad, to be honest. It's good because the country offers a lot of opportunities, So, but sometimes for people, you don't find people. I know they need to go in this opportunity and use this opportunity like the last one in your life, and after that they can go in the the next level, the next company. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I think it's the main difference I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
more options here, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, look,
That's a good point,
that
really
is a
good point.
So why did you choose policing?
Uh, Man, I have a dream since I'm a kid. I was a kid. I have a uncle. He was federal police in Brazil. He did a lot of crazy stuff. A lot of operations in South America, Latin America in general, borders, Colombia, Venezuela.
Okay.
So this guy was really a inspiration for me. And but when I arrived here, I didn't know I would apply. I thought about this this way, but no, let's see. So I want to do security, know the market. I'm from business, so maybe open something I didn't know.
Okay.
It was a possibility, but I was not sure I really wanted that in this time. In the past, I tried in Brazil to enter. I did some tests all the time. I don't know why the way was in the difference, in a totally different way, for me.
Right.
So I all the time choosing business and working with. I worked with my family in the business, my brother, my sister as well. So all the time I had something. No, go for this another way. So I don't know. Maybe because that when I arrived here after the hospital, so I start to think more about that.
Right.
And yes, man, yeah.
Okay. Look, I mean, to me, at the end of the day, it's important to tap into the why. Do you know what I mean? Because that's going to actually open up the rest of the rest of your career. You know what I mean? Because it started off with this passion, and you finally got it. How did you feel when you got that call?
Oh, man, impossible to, I don't know, to describe. I was really happy. So it is a hard process. You guys know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Better than me, and the different forces here, and man, I didn't believe in the first time. So,
Yes.
my God, everything. In the beginning, BBQ and long interview, stressful for me.
Right.
And psychological tests and another step, board interview. When I was there in the last interview, the last one, let's go. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
sure.
let's go. I'm here, so yeah.
Okay.
And the prep test.
And the
Yes.
prep
And the
test as
shuttle
well.
run.
Yes.
Okay. We kind of know a
yes.
little bit about that now.
Oh
but-
yeah, I forgot about that, but it's important and hard if you are not training anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the good thing
So-
about you is you've trained your whole life, right? You've been
Yes.
constantly training.
Yeah.
How long? Like, give us an idea. Look, there's two types of people: people who value training and people who don't. Let's just kind of say it like that. Why do you value training? Why does it matter?
Man, for me, it's like it's a part of my life, So, like the most of Brazilians, my first sport was soccer, and I competed in soccer until I was around 16 years old. But my parents, my father, encouraged me to do sports my whole life. I want to try swimming, go. I want to try soccer, go. Anything, martial arts, go. So it was for me. It was really important. I will do with my son for sure because it's a part of my life. So for me, training is like I need to do. It's my therapy, So if I don't do, I get crazy. I remember when I was the college here, a lot of things to do and essays and this kind of stuff. And many times I didn't have time to train, so I was just getting crazy inside doing my assignments, So I remember that. So yes, just very important for me, So
No, that's good, man. What did you do to train to get yourself ready for the prep test?
so I came back to run for sure. It's really important. If you practice other sports, it doesn't mean you get the level 7 in shadow run.
Yes.
Probably you don't get, to
Okay.
be honest, because I remember I did a prep test session. I was not running, but I was practicing my martial arts, my sports, and working out. But I achieved 7, but I was exhausted.
Okay.
Exhausted. I just
Yeah.
no, I can't talk to anyone.
Yes,
Anybody now, So after that, I came back to train to run, and I achieved 9.
Okay, so let's stop
You
for a
know,
second
so-
here. Let's
you know
stop
what I
here.
mean? So-
Now, what Lucio could have done is, after his exhaustion of passing out, maybe vomiting, on stage,
Almost
yeah,
there,
on stage
almost.
7, he could have been like, "That's it, I did it. I got to stage 7
Because the goal is to get 7.
because that's what the goal is." But no, guys, he didn't do that. See, an average person would do that, and anyone listening here, I want you to just to kind of take yourself right now and be like, you are not average unless you allow yourself to be average. What Lucio did, Mike, is that he said, I need to beat this, and I need to beat it and feeling better too, so I won't feel this anymore. So he went and he did his thing so he can get to level 9. Now, what level did you succeed at when you actually went and did? Is it the number 9 that you went right to?
No, for PO I did 8.5.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's beyond the threshold. Again, one more thing for those listening. When you're doing your shuttle run, also known as the beep test, just because the level ends at 7 doesn't mean it all stops there. Keep going. Keep going. Push your limits. Show your recruiters, show the testers that you do not settle for just average, that you go beyond that.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in just some intel that we received from recruiters before that had said if everything else is equal, the 8 would be chosen over the 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
matters, because it's a competition.
That's it. I mean,
Yeah.
how else do you make that difficult decision?
Yeah.
There's criteria involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what about the actual prep? So the shuttle you got to 8.5. What about the actual prep? How did you prepare yourself for that?
So I think in this case, everything I do for training helped me. In this case, I did twice the prep test,
Yes.
and but if you are working out, if you are doing other kinds of training like jiu-jitsu and
Yes.
martial arts or any sport, it will help you for sure. But I think workout is very important in this phase.
No,
and,
that's good.
and running, because you are running during the prep test,
Yes.
with a weight.
And it didn't hurt, I'm assuming, because you had all this access to this equipment that we had here. You can actually feel, touch it, see what it's like as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and that's how you can also, shameless plug, that's how you can also experience basically what you actually need to do. So you actually researched what you needed to do to get yourself to pass.
Oh yeah. I did that because man, you have one choice. There you have to use. So
Right.
if you don't pass, you need to reapply because the physical test.
Yes.
You know what I mean. So because one step.
Okay.
Okay, you know what?
So
I mean, look, even just coming from one country like Brazil and making a new life here, not everyone does that. So it's, I applaud anyone who makes that decision. Huge sacrifice to be
Yeah.
able to do that. Also, learning the language, learning the culture. I remember once we had many conversations. Lucio always had questions about the environment. He tried to get an idea of the culture in Toronto, because we would have conversation where you're like, look,
Yeah.
Mike, we would handle this differently in Brazil.
oh yeah.
Okay, and he was always very mindful of what he would need to do in order to do well. I know definitely you took that through through
Yeah.
applying for policing. You're trying to get a really good sense of what you have to do. Now people may not know this about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
But
talk
you-
about the language. It was a key for me.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah,
So.
yeah, amazing. I mean, look, and you've made great strides, and you're going to continue to. Now, this is the
Yeah.
thing. Speaking of jumping in earlier, people don't know, listening for sure, that Lucio jumps out. Okay, what do I mean when you also jump out
Man, for me,
of airplanes?
okay, now he's airplanes.
Yeah. So he's an avid skydiver.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
and like not like strapped to a buddy. Like you do solo jumps.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
And you've done it like I don't know how many times, but this is something that you love to do. I remember when we were talking about this, you said you're afraid of heights. When we were at the arena
Yeah.
a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago,
yeah, you
and we
remember
opened
that.
up one of the doors, their second floor door.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh man, I'm scared of heights."
Yeah.
Okay, so
Really?
explain to me. You skydive.
Yeah.
Give me an idea.
I love adrenaline. First of all,
Yeah.
so I love adrenaline. I love that. So, and I'm afraid about heights. I had a friend doing skydiving, and I asked him, "Man, I need to do that, but I'm afraid about heights." And no, try, come with me. And I started, and man, it was scary.
Now you're hooked.
Man, it was scary for me. Maybe first 25 times, 35.
First 25.
Oh,
30
I
jumps.
thought you were going to say your first 25,000 feet or something like that.
No, he's done it a lot.
25 jumps. My first my gosh, was like, what am I doing here? The question in my mind, you know. But after I jumped out of the airplane, man, now I know because why I'm here. You
what's
know what
this
I mean?
feeling like? Because it is that whole feeling of anticipation. Like, I mean, it's not logical to be inside a moving aircraft.
Yeah, I mean,
Where humanity is like smaller than ants.
Yeah.
Okay. And and you decide to jump out because you have what, some fabric on your back called a parachute.
some fabric.
Right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Fabric rips, right?
It's a backpack, right? So
You know
it's just a backpack, right?
Yeah, it's just a little bag. So like, no, but give me an idea, like, what's going through your mind when you're about to jump, like right before you're about to jump?
Nowadays is I keep calm for sure.
Well, when
my adrenaline rush is high for sure, but I know the procedures, so I know the emergency procedures and everything. If something happens, I know I need to release the main parachute. I use the reserve and this kind of stuff. And for sure, now it's okay.
And
you know?
do you actually feel like you're flying?
Oh yeah. You actually are falling 200 kilometers
An hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But man, I can't explain because some people asking me, it's like you go to the park and this adrenaline, the roller coaster. No, it's not the same.
Not the same. So that you know that roller coaster feeling when you're at
Actually,
the top.
it can't be 200. It can't be 200 kilometers an hour, because you're not for an hour. You're fall. It's probably like the actual kilometer drop per second.
Yeah,
is probably that. Think about it. If you're dropping 200 kilometers, it's not gonna take you an hour to get down. How long will it take you to get down from the drop all the way to the ground?
A free fall is around 45 seconds.
See what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So the drop is probably like you're probably going at an actual 200 kilometer fall.
Yeah.
Wow,
man.
Yeah. But
Wow.
I recommend you guys. You have to try once
Hell to
once
the
in
no.
your life.
So
Yeah.
it's not the same feeling as like the roller coaster,
No,
where you're about
totally.
that kind of weightless feeling as you're going down. Totally different.
Totally different because in the roller coaster you're close to the ground, right? So when you're jumping in a skydiving from the airplane, you are like 12,000 feet. So it's so it's totally different, man.
I'm getting right now anxiety.
I know,
just thinking of that.
about it.
Yeah.
It is pretty crazy. Okay, so now having that experience, training, like you've done it, how did you relate that to when you were doing the prep test and when you do physical, anything physical? And just give some tips, because you have, I guess, the richness of that experience. You've done it so many times. How do you apply that?
Yeah. Skydiving for me in this kind, for example, in my job, man, I learned to control my adrenaline rush. So if I have a situation like a extreme situation, I will be in adrenaline rush, but
you're calm.
yes, I try to know that's okay. Let's go. We have to do like a cold white in the hospital. So skydiving helps me a
and you've had
lot.
some emergencies. You've had patients that have broken glass and have barricaded themselves in a room, and you've had some pretty crazy situations.
Oh yeah,
right.
Some of them, yeah.
What would you say to someone who they find that the environment, if it's anxious and stressful and unpredictable, they also get anxious and stressful and really unpredictable? What's some advice that you would give them? That self-talk. What is it that you would recommend for them?
I think first of all is training. If you are in this kind of environment, you need to control someone, and in a safe way for everyone. You can't hit anybody. You have to control, right? So first of all, train something, train martial arts, anything you like. So
we're going to definitely dive into the art of jiu-jitsu and why many police services heavily endorse this art. But before we do that, I want everyone to listen right now. And I want you to understand that I'm going to tell you a story. Story time right now. Story time. Yeah,
Cue the music.
So one of the biggest things that we hear over and over again is that people do not know, when they say they want to be a police officer, they do not know what it entails. In their minds,
it's very true.
I have a uniform, I have a gun, and I'm running around the streets, putting my sirens on, catching bad guys. Okay, that's literally the and as we laugh, that is literally the thought for many people.
Very true.
It pays well. Wait a second, you can make six figures. You can make $100,000 as a first class constable and more, and benefits and pension, and all the perks in the world. Like, this is where people are stuck on.
Yeah.
Now, if Lucio was stuck on that thought process, he probably would have not got on. Let me explain with the story now. A couple of months ago, Lucio came up to me and he said, look, Constantine, I want to really, really get to closer to my career in policing. And what I'm going to ask is I'm going to ask if you just reduce my schedule by a couple of days so I can focus on language and really helping my communication
I didn't even
skills.
know this. Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay? And I'm like, of course. And he said this. He goes, look, it's going to really hurt me financially to do this, but I need to do this. That's called sacrifice.
Yes.
Okay. And he basically was able to, over this kind of span of months, and I mean, to Lucio, I always thought your communication skills were good, but you interpret it internally as in, I need to do better. Just like the prep test. Look at the theme here. 7. No, it's not good enough. We got to do better. This is the key, guys. This is the key. Why Lucio was chosen amongst thousands of people for a position with Peel, which Peel, by the way, you guys are so lucky to get Lucio.
Yes.
It happened because of his dedication and how he looked at the work and the effort needed to put in. He did not just say, I want to do it. He said it. He put a goal together. He put a plan. He worked this plan. And we're going to lose him in the next week and a half. I think I'm going to start crying right now.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm actually not.
No, but just to throw that in there,
Yes.
were there obstacles along the way? Like, I mean, you know, it's funny.
Was it easy? Yeah.
No, it wasn't easy, you know, right?
Yeah.
Was it easy?
Yeah.
I mean, like, think through the pandemic. There were some tough times, right? Some tough weeks, some tough stretch of months of like, okay, what are we doing? What's going to happen next? What's, you know, and, you know, it's funny when you look back, it's all like, yeah, amazing. It all worked out. How many people are willing, though, to do through all those difficult days and just to continue to just keep working hard, right?
Yeah.
And I want to applaud you because you never lowered your standard of work.
Mm-hmm.
Never. You never dragged your feet. You never like, you know, I always say that a bad attitude's like a bad smell. You never stank of a bad attitude.
Right.
Did you ever feel like you should maybe have a bad attitude?
No. And you talk about I remember because we talk about the language.
Yes.
I remember this conversation, and is another tip actually, guys. You need to know your weaknesses, and I know mine.
Yes.
I know the English is hard for me because, man, 4 years ago I came here. My English was almost zero.
Yeah.
You know, so almost zero. So I needed to work in that. You know, I keep working actually. You know, I have
Right.
classes twice a week. So,
Amazing.
You know what I mean? Training is another thing.
So you're not going to just stop your classes now that you got under the police?
My plan,
Oh.
no.
Oh, hold
for the
on.
3 months.
See that guy? He's going to continue.
For the 3 months,
Yes.
it will be impossible to
Yes.
keep for sure.
Yes.
But after I'm back, after I've finished the course,
Yes.
for sure I will come back.
Yes.
No, because I know my plan was in 2023 is start French, but now I need to solve my problem with English. I need to feel comfortable 100%. You
Yes.
know, so this is my goal now with the language. You know,
Okay.
so
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
It. New goals created.
You know, what's really cool is just look, it's you, right? You may not even stop to think about your own thinking, but you know, it's really evident to us. The way that you thought, your mindset is what helped you to set you up to really succeed. Does it make sense, Lucio?
yeah.
I'm afraid of heights, so I'm gonna skydive.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
love adrenaline, so I need to do that. you
Yeah,
know, so-
you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you know, we can't say it enough. You have a goal, you have to be willing to go through and fail, and to feel like you can't get anything right until it starts to work out for you, right?
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's like to learn another language. I only know 2 languages: English and love. oh, hey.
Yes,
You like
the
that one?
The unspoken
You like
language.
that one? Yeah,
Yes.
and music, okay,
Yeah.
which is love.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
love is music.
It is.
Right? But so even that, man, like I have no clue what it would take to learn a new language, going to another country, you know, which is amazing. So let me ask you, you get onto the police agency, you're gonna start working. What other goals do you have? I know you because your heavy martial arts is a huge part of your life.
Yeah, you keep doing that for sure. We
Yeah?
talked before as well about this, the training. I want to keep the training here for sure, you know, so it's something I do because I really like, you know, I love to do that. And
Did you ever think of competing?
Oh, yes, I competed in 2019 a lot. After that, the pandemic came, and after that, man, working. So 2020, 2021, man, no competitions, just train enough.
Yeah.
So and work, and after that applying for policing. So the goals are not another other ones. So I needed to change my goals, but competition is something I need to do again. I'm gonna do. So
you never
for
know.
sure.
I mean, like,
again for sure.
Can you imagine? I mean, you can compete at any age now. I mean,
Yes,
some people
yeah.
like their first professional fight, they're 40 years old.
Yeah,
Right? It's pretty amazing.
It's another way to control adrenaline, because you don't fight on the street, and you don't want to fight on the street every single month or year. You don't want to fight, right? So, but in competition, you can fight with rules, and you have to control your adrenaline, because someone on the other side wants to like smash you,
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's all,
So I know a few people in the police service that actively train in jiu-jitsu, and they do it because they feel like, look, the training that the police are going to give you is going to be excellent training. However, this is more advanced, right? And if you be in a struggle and you end on your back or you end on the floor, for example, this is where they've picked up the skill of jiu-jitsu to help them as an additional tool in helping de-escalation practices and techniques. For yourself, looking at all the martial arts, why is, in your opinion, jiu-jitsu such a popular, strong martial art?
For policing and security, for me, is the best, because, like I said, you can't hit anyone, So, for sure, if you have knowledge about striking, it's important to know the distance, to go in or come back. But you one more time, you can't hit anyone. So in jiu-jitsu, about control and submission. For sure, you don't submit anybody if you are working.
Yes.
But you hold and control someone.
So it's all about being calm.
Yes.
You're on your back. Someone has you down. Maybe wants to strangle you or kill you, but
or take your firearm.
Or take your firearm. It's all about being in control, calm in the situation.
Yes. Because most of fights go on the ground, So or people grab.
Yes.
Standing. So
yes.
If you have a baton or firearm, you need to protect this weapon, because it's dangerous. Imagine if someone grab your weapon and, man.
You know what's crazy?
What to do?
About 2 weeks ago, Mike, we had Lucio come in. We did this scenario-based training, and
I wasn't here.
We had some of our guys that are, I would say, very excited to just jump in and get involved in something aggressive.
It was a talent. It was a lot of top talent in the room.
Yes,
right?
there was, and the goal was to try to take down Lucio.
And put me out, actually.
Take him out. What was it? From what I heard, it was like they had to get you from a chair and move you to the elevator.
Yes.
Which was what, about maybe 20 meters?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what it was. That's what it started. I left for the day. I come back at the end and I see the guys, and they're all huffing and puffing, and they're all like, "Where is the nearest shopper so I can go buy Epsom salts?" Because they all had an insane workout, and they could not believe. It just made them very aware of what they were lacking to be effective when you deal with a person like Lucio.
Yes.
And not every...
AKA the handful.
Well, exactly. Okay. So when we train all the time, people are thinking, okay, punch me. Okay. Oh, I know what's about to happen, but it's the unexpected that we're never prepared for, which is why training is so important, because it gets you prepared for the unexpected. And every situation, Lucio, is going to be different, right? There's never going to be the same situation. People are going to punch differently. People are going to get dirty and maybe throw something in your face, and then they strike. There's a lot of different things.
Multiple attackers.
Multiple attacks.
Yeah.
So this is so critical. Now, I can tell you this, that Lucio also as a entrepreneur, okay, back home in Brazil, and what they're doing right now here in Toronto, it has a business around jiu-jitsu, okay, called Armor Protection.
Yeah.
Okay, Armor with a U or with a O?
With a U.
With a U.
Yeah.
Okay.
OU. Both.
OU.
Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's a hit. It's a hit within our organization. A lot of our people here at Sentinel come down to these classes, which are now held at the arena. And I've seen how people have started to change internally and feel more confident, but also be more level-headed.
Yes.
Right? They're not thinking like, oh, I have this skill, I'm going to go and start creating havoc. It's the complete opposite. It's created that Mr. Miyagi Danielson discipline right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
When
Yeah.
you start to train, you start to, oh my gosh, I need to be more humble. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you have more knowledge, but it doesn't mean you have to use and
Right.
hit people. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
because you know something, it's the opposite, like you said. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
Yeah,
good,
it's
man.
funny. The fruit of knowing a martial art is usually you get calmer.
you know
You-
that
you get-
because you train
Yeah,
all
Yes.
the time
you get
as
more
well.
humble, and you realize anyone could do anything to you at any time. Never take it for granted, right? This is
Yeah.
why you keep training,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I mean, let's see, man. I wish, do we have any footage of them trying to grab Lucio?
No.
Oh,
No,
man.
I don't think we do. I don't think
I
we do.
don't know.
Oh, that would have been great just to
Yeah.
see. I didn't
Yeah.
see it. I
Yeah.
saw Lucio later that day, and I said, "Here, how you doing?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm tired," because he's the one who had to go every single time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I told Ben, I don't want to go with everyone. In the end of the day, I went with
How many guys
everyone.
was it? It was
I think we had 12 guys,
Oh
and
my
the teams
goodness.
of two. So six
teams of two,
Yeah.
12.
6 trainings. So guys, I'm not a top level athlete.
Yes.
This is important to mention, because Lucio trains is a high level athlete. No, I'm not. I train twice a week, 3 times when I have time. So but it makes the difference.
Yes.
If you do every single week, for example,
Yes.
once a week, so I'm
That's
not
it.
the world champion, in the martial arts I train,
Yes.
but for my job, it works a lot, very well,
Yes.
so you don't need to be the high level gold medal athlete and Olympic athlete to make the difference working as a security or police officer,
Okay.
so
What would you do right now for everybody listening all across Canada, all across the US, all across the world,
Yeah, and the universe.
and the universe, okay, and the clouds? What would you say to that person that says, Lucio, I want to have the same journey as you. I want to be a police officer. I want to serve. But there's just so much competition. What would you tell that person?
man, you have to work in your weaknesses, first of all, because if you know yourself, you know which point you are strong, which point you are weak, So keep working in the points you are strong for sure, but put your focus in your weaknesses. If you need to learn English, do. If you need to start some martial arts, do. If you need to go to the college and have more education, do. You know what I mean? So if you need the physical test, achieve more than 7 and 8, and you have to do. We don't have another option. If you want, you have to do. Yeah, I want, but I don't want to pay the price. Sorry, so find another way, you know what I mean? So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's really good. That's
That
really
is.
good.
Yeah.
That's the name of the podcast. Work your weaknesses away. Cool.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Amazing
Yeah,
advice,
100%.
man.
Well, look, man, I wanted to thank you for coming down today. I wanted to once again congratulate you for your journey.
Thank you so
I
much.
congratulate Peel for winning such a great individual with such a heart of gold.
Yes.
It's honestly, you are someone, Lucio, that I can confidently say is going to be a difference maker for Peel's communities. 100%. Because
100%.
how
Thank
you
you, guys.
think.
Thank you so much for the support, guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
you
man.
supported me a lot in the company, gave me opportunities here, provide the space for training, and the guys can come and train and sweat a little bit,
Yeah.
smash some other people, and after that hug everyone, So
Yes.
thank you guys for everything.
Amazing. Well, we thank you. Any last words, Mike, before we sign off?
It's hitting me that he's moving on now.
I know.
I tried to explain. Look, our loss. There's that hug.
hug
Okay,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
end of the
Our loss though is their gain. 100%, man. I just wanted to say, when you said that, like, the Peel community, the people of Peel, they need police like you.
Right.
They have challenges. It's not easy. I mean, that's an incredibly great part of our city, but they have their challenges. Okay, and to have someone like you, it's amazing. And what I'd say to you directly: don't get lost in the shadows. Lead. Keep being everything you've done. You're like the perfect example of someone who leads by example.
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Lead by example. If anything, I'd say to you, man, speak more. You have a lot of incredibly great wisdom and insight to share. And as you get so good at the English language that British accent now starts to come out, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? I mean, that's what happens. We're almost there, Constantine and I.
Exactly.
Open your mouth as well and speak to the things that you know and advise other people. And I know you do it really quietly. I have a feeling for you that you're going to have maybe an audience of some sort one day. Because, like, you know, I look at it, people say the universe, I call him God, that he sometimes takes the people that most unlikely and he puts them and to make real change, right?
Yeah.
And I just really think that you have such a heart of gold. He's going to constantly just keep putting you in situations where you're going to be like, wow, I'm not ready for this. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
And then you're going to work on that and you're going to work on it and you're going to share. And then it means the people around you, they're better because they have someone like you with them. So,
Exactly.
Thank you so much, guys. Nobody is ready 100%.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
right.
So this is the point, you know. So
Cool, man.
yeah.
Well, look, once Lucio finishes his training, you will be able to find him regularly at the arena, where he will be actively involved, perfecting his craft. We get a lot of recruiters, police services that are actively engaged and involved in our show. For all of those of you that are listening right now, if you want another person like Lucio, we have a whole entire organization full of incredible people that are aspiring to literally represent to the highest level. And you can always reach out to us. We're more than happy to have a conversation. But again, I want to thank you, man. I wish you the best of luck. It's not goodbye. It's see you later.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay?
And I tell you the same, guys. See you later, you know. So
Yeah.
for
All right.
sure.
Well, amazing. Guys, have a fantastic week. And for those of you that are just getting ready for a career in policing, keep pushing and don't give up. This is Constantine, Mike, and
Lucio.
have a fantastic day.
Thank you,
Peace.
guys.
See ya.
This podcast is brought to you by Executive Protection Lifestyle Canada. Make sure to drop by next week and don't forget to subscribe.